This is WBKB and it's more brutal than the UFC. You ain't seen a heart like Danny Christie's. You ain't ready for the speed of Sam Blakely. Lately it's all been popping off like Darren Askew against Cumbria.
Fans, welcome. I am Sandra the Tartan Witch Reese. I'm here today with one of our fighters, Ryan Bates, who will be taking on James Robinson on the WBKB4 Show on the 5th of April in Workington. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Do you have a fight name, Ryan?
No, I've never had one. Never been able to choose one or stick with one, so
Okay.
We'll see if I can get one at some point.
Okay, so maybe if there's any of Ryan's fans out there who watch his fights, who enjoy to watch him fighting, if they've got any ideas, maybe just pop it in the comments. How old are you, Ryan?
37.
You're 37. And
Yeah.
what gym do you fight out of and who is your coach?
Dave Stratton's my coach. Mark Hodson as well. And I fight out of HFA MMA. And I train out of Strongman Academy as well.
Okay,
Big
wow.
shout out to them.
And what's your fight record like? How many fights have you had, BK boxing?
I've had 8 white collar fights and I'm 4-4, so 4 wins, 4 losses.
Okay. Is that in boxing?
Boxing, yeah.
Boxing, yeah. Okay. And so we know you're going to be fighting James Robinson for the cruiserweight bout. Do you know much about him? What do you think of him as a fighter?
I've seen little footage of him, just clips on like previous promotions he's been on. I've known him, as a fella around the town, like quite handy fella, I think he's known. He's ex-doorman and that, so I knew him when I was younger type thing. I knew of him, I should say. Tough bloke, so yeah, I think it could be a long night and we'll see what happens.
So am I right to say that this is your debut?
It is for Bare Knuckle, yeah.
For the Bare Knuckle, okay, so you'll be debuting on the 5th of April. Now, do you have any special ways that you prepare for a fight? Any rituals or just little things?
Just, I tend to listen to the same songs over and over again, so a lot of rocky tunes to get us going.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of rap music and that, get us a bit aggressive and that's about it.
So your music's quite important for you throughout kind of getting ready in your fight camp?
Yeah, just kind of zone out and go with the flow.
How long have you been in fight camp for preparing for this fight, Ryan?
I'm always training. I never stop training. I always keep fit and ready. But properly, the fight camp started probably 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, really started to step it up then and make sure that I'm fit.
Okay, getting ready for preparing for things. Do you have a prediction for the fight? Do you see how it's going to go?
No, I just I'm not one of them. I'm not a cocky guy. I'm fairly humble. I respect people, anybody who gets in there. But be a full effort. I'm keen to impress all the fans, people who paid for the tickets. Like Sir Kevin Thompson, Peter Gilmore, my trainers. So I just want to get in there and impress, give the people a good show.
Yeah. So it's all kind of respect. You're not going in there thinking I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to do that. You're going in there it's a bit of a challenge. You want to see what this is all about, what Bare Knuckle's all about.
Oh, I want to win. I'm competitive.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of them to try and call a fight and disrespect people. It's just, I'll get in there and I'll give it my all.
No,
yeah.
I respect that. I think it's always better as well when the fighters they are respectful. I think that is better. Now, what do you do outside of like other hobbies? Is there other hobbies that you do outside of fighting?
No, I was looking at your questions and it says, what would you do other than fighting? To be honest, it's quite sad because I've got no other hobbies.
No.
I like a bit of fishing now and again.
A lot of fighters are like yourself, that they love fighting.
Yeah, it's just that. I get in from work, put the dishes away and then I go out training. That's it, you know what I mean? That's all I love doing, and put my tunes on and just in the zone.
And what do you do as a job? What's your occupation, Ryan?
I'm a painter and decorator.
Okay. Do you have your own business, or are you working for somebody?
No, I work up on site.
You work up on
Sellafield, work for a firm on there.
And where do you see yourself going in the Bare Knuckle? Do you have an idea?
I'm like I say, I'm competitive. I'm ambitious. And it's going to be a full effort now. I'm keen to impress, and I would love to get a shot at the title. The two guys who are fighting for it now, absolute beasts. So big respect for them, good fighters. And I would love to put myself up there, in contention with that, but focused on this fight. And that's all it's about at the minute. I don't look too far, and I could get knocked out in this fight and that'd be it, so we'll see what happens.
You're also that kind of, you're saying you just never know. See where it goes. If it takes you there, you're happy to go for the journey.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive show. I don't think there's been anything like this in West Cumbria for a long time. So just, honoured to be a part of it.
What made you go from the gloves to taking the gloves off to wanting to try bare knuckle then?
Well, I heard of Aggie Faulkner and Danny Christie, what they done, it's absolutely amazing. And then I started taking a look at it. I don't know many of the fighters in the BKB other than them two.
Okay.
And I was looking at what they did, and I just thought, that's awesome. I would love to, it's a dream, to do something like what they've done. And yeah.
So they've inspired
I'd love to go that far, and we'll see what I can do. Yeah,
you felt inspired when you watched them. They inspired you to think, I could do that.
Yeah, I used to always think, I don't, none of that. It's too many cuts and that. But you look at it, I've got pretty fast hands, and I'm hoping that they'll, put that to good use.
Yeah.
Got a quite, pretty good defence, so hopefully I can avoid some cuts and,
yeah,
let my shots fly. That's what I'm going to be looking to do.
Is there anyone that you have seen in the scene or in the circuit that you think, I'd quite like to fight them?
No, not really. Like I say, I'd like to get myself in a good position to be in contention for the belt.
Yeah.
But it's one step at a time, and take it as it comes. As I say, I'm not a gobby fighter. I'm not one of them to call out people so I get a shot. I think that's it's just gobshites that do that.
It's not your style.
No, I put the work in, and if people think I'm ready for that, then I'll go for it.
Yeah, no, perfect. I agree. Do you have any? So, who's your favourite bare knuckle fighter and your favourite boxer?
Favourite bare knuckle fighter? As I say, I don't know many of them, so I'd say Danny Christie and Aggie Faulkner.
Okay,
the pair of them are absolute beasts. So, as I say, they inspired us to get into it and have a go at it. So, yeah.
And any boxers? Any boxers? Yeah.
Mike Tyson, Joe Calzaghe, Roy Jones Jr. Yeah.
Yeah. So you like your boxing? You're a boxing fan?
Oh, I love the boxing. Yeah, absolutely. It's got a bit off at the minute, but hopefully it comes back again.
Yeah, this is the thing. And bare knuckle has kind of just taken over, hasn't it? It's just taken over by storm. Like you said, the WBKB, this is going to be the 4th show now. You're going to be debuting on that show, fighting James Robinson for the for the cruiserweight bout. Now, is there anybody that you would like to shout out to thank? Any sponsors or anything that you have that you'd like to thank?
I've got no sponsors, but just same again, the people who put work in. Stroughton, Johnny Miller, or Thriller as he's known as, Mark Hodson, guys down at the club, Jonathan McGurk, one of my pad men. Just thank you very much for your time and your efforts. All the lads at the gym who's put sparring in with us, pad work. Thank you very much.
Well, if anybody is out there that wants to help Ryan Bates on his journey, if they want to sponsor him, if you're a business and you want to get your name out there, this is one of the fastest growing sports in the UK. So give him a shout on his social medias if you'd like to sponsor him. But thank you so much for your time today, Ryan. It's hugely appreciated. I'm so excited for the 5th of April. I will be there on the night and the day before, hopefully getting to catch up with some fighters if they are prepared to do little interviews and things. Some don't like to. They're quite focused, or they're hyper focused on just wanting to kind of think of the fight. So I will see you on the 5th of April. All the best for your debut. I'm going to be cheering you on. And honestly, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is WBKB and it's more brutal than the UFC. You ain't seen a heart like Danny Christie's. You ain't ready for the speed of Sam Blakely. Lately it's all been popping off. That Darren Askew against Cumbria.